Guys, myself, Hari. So I'm a AWS DevOps engineer, and also I'm a solution architect. Currently, I'm working as a senior DevOps engineer, and I have a 10+ years of experience as a real-time and trainer. I have a ITL certified and a Red Hat certified system administrator, and I'm a Red Hat certified engineer, and I also AWS certified solution architect also. Okay, guys. So who are joined something like today? So can you introduce yourself? Something like a name from, and are you currently working, or something like a currently working, and why are you migrating from something like your position to DevOps? Let's start.
Hi, Hari. It's Madhuri. So I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm working at Chase.
Okay.
So right now, like we are trying to like move everything to AWS. Actually, we're using like internal cloud.
Okay.
But now, right now, like all the applications we are trying to merge to AWS. So yeah, everyone needs to be like, certified AWS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So means so internal cloud means you are using private cloud, right?
Private cloud, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madhuri.
If we start.
Hey, funnel is for or something like you joined as a first. Today is first. We saw.
Today is my first time. My name is Tom Might. I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I feel is network engineering and firewall Palo Alto.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, so but I just wanna. I'm currently working now, like
Okay.
configuring some switches right now, and I have another job right now. So, but I just want to have an additional knowledge with DevOps. I mean, just an additional skill. I mean, additional knowledge basically, just to know how the old DevOps thing works.
Very good, very good. So it will be very supportive if you need something like. So is there any tools or something like you are using AWS networking, Mayur?
Because everything is automation now, so they need you to still have a skill of, doing everything through automation using the DevOps, some of the DevOps tools, but trying to incorporate everything. So, but I'm in this AM Palo Alto security firewall. That's what I focus
on. Okay. Next.
Yeah, hello. My name is Frank, and I'm currently in the US.
Okay.
And I'm a stock analyst, and just want to join this class to broaden my knowledge to add to what I already have.
Okay. Guys, who are missed something like who are joined today? So I will. Rohan, can you please add me these guys into the group? And I already shared the videos. Something like those are the only demos. You can guys can go through that recordings.
Sure. Ray, sure. And those who are the new joiners, can you please ping me on WhatsApp now after the class, and I will send you the content as well and add you in the official group. Go ahead, Hari.
Yeah. So anyone join new today? Guys? Guys, what we discussed, right? Like something like guys are joined today. So what we discussed is what is a OS, something like who are joined today. So I know only one name, Madhuri. Madhuri, you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. So what is the meaning of OS, Madhuri?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Okay. So something like I will tell you. So which mobile are you using?
App- iPhone?
iPhone mobile. Something like who designed the hardware? Who
Apple?
designed the Apple? Yes.
Yeah.
Hardware designed the Apple, and so in that Apple, which OS is installed?
Okay, 15.6, something like that.
Mac.
Yeah.
Mac, yeah.
So in laptop they are using Mac, but in Apple iPhone they are using iOS, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
iOS is the OS. Same like as something like a smartphone, a Samsung or something like any other companies, Redmi or something like. So that company, that company designed the hardware, but in that smartphone they are using the Android is the OS, right? You know, right? Android is Android OS.
Mhm.
So, or which laptop you are using?
Uh, Sorry, I'm using like Dell.
Dell. So,
Mhm.
who developed the hardware? So, Dell developed the hardware, right? So,
Mhm.
in our Dell hardware, so which OS is installed?
I don't know. I need to. I'm
Windows
not.
2.
Either Windows or something like Windows, right?
Windows, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Guys who are joined from starting, what is OS?
Operating system. Operating system for the user as well as the hardware, which is the interpreter.
Yes. Who is Muhammad, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Muhammad, tell me what is OS?
It is a mediator between the hardware and the
User.
user. Yeah.
Something like Madhuri is using Dell hardware, right? Madhuri, this is our laptop. So this is the Dell hardware. For example, something like this is Madhuri. So this is OS. User. So Madhuri, hardware knows which language, you know? Anyone, guys? Hardware knows
Binary.
which language?
Binary.
language?
Yes.
ASCII binary.
Yeah, binary language and means binary means
0, 1.
yes,
0, 1.
zeros and
Zero ones.
ones. So user knows which language?
High level language like English.
So user knows high level language means English. So computer hardware knows only binary. Hardware knows binary language means zeros and ones. User knows high level language. So they don't know something like user doesn't know binary language, and binary something like hardware doesn't know high level language English. So they cannot communicate each other. They cannot they cannot communicate each other because of they doesn't know the user doesn't know the binary language, and hardware doesn't know the something like
binary language.
yeah, user doesn't know the binary language and hardware doesn't know the high level language. So that is the reason. So the both are does not communicate to each other because of they don't know the binary, they don't know the high level language. So we need something like knows both the language. Madhuri, do you understand, right?
Yes.
Yeah. For example, Madhuri, you are from? Madhuri, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you are from?
I'm from Pennsylvania. Yeah.
No, I think you are from India, right? Madhuri.
Yeah, I'm from India, but right now we are in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Eastern.
yes, I understood. So you are from India, so which location you are?
I'm from Hyderabad.
Yeah, Hyderabad.
Mhm.
Madhuri, you are from Hyderabad. I'm from something like I'm from Tamil Nadu. For example, I am from Hyderabad, but so think like you are from Hyderabad. I am from Tamil, something like Chennai, something like Mohammed from Mumbai. Mohammed from Mumbai. Something like so Madhuri from Hyderabad, myself from Chennai. So Madhuri from Hyderabad. So he's means something like Telugu. Telugu, right, Madhuri?
Yes.
The same way, something like myself. I'm from Chennai. I know Tamil. Right. So I don't know Telugu. Madhuri doesn't know Tamil. So how we can communicate? Madhuri?
Yeah,
So,
maybe in different way, like
English.
so I don't know Telugu, you don't know Tamil. How we can communicate with you and myself?
With English.
So no, so we don't know English.
Yeah, that's what my question was like. If we don't know English, then how we can
You need a
maybe
third
in
person.
We need a
Third person.
sorry?
You need a third person who speak both language.
Yes.
Maybe like a translator.
So we need a translator. Translator means translator knows both the languages. Both the languages. So both the languages means Telugu and Tamil. He knows Telugu and Tamil. He knows Telugu and Tamil. So whatever I convey to something like Madhuri. First, I'm telling to a translator. A translator is something like a Muhammad. So Muhammad knows both the languages. So Muhammad knows both the language. So I convey to Muhammad. Muhammad translate and convey to something like a Madhuri. Same like as a Madhuri. Madhuri also convey to Muhammad and translate it and convey to myself. Convey to myself. Madhuri, now you understand, right? So we doesn't know, a user doesn't know something like you does. So you doesn't know a binary language. Dell hardware doesn't know high level language. So we need a translator know both the languages, right? Knows
Sorry.
both the languages.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Since you are the host, can you mute everyone so that we don't hear the background noises?
Yes. Guys, mute yourself. Guys, everyone mute yourself. Yeah, I did. So Madhuri, something like voice is a mediator or a translator. Translator between hardware and user. Hardware and user. So it knows both the languages. Both the languages means, so OS knows high level language and mission level language. Mission level language means binary language. Mission level language means binary. So the OS is a mediator between user and hardware. Madhuri, you know, right? Now you understand, right? What is OS?
Yes.
What is OS? Mediator between. So OS is not, what is OS? Mediator or interface between user and hardware. So whatever the user knows which language, high level means English. Something like user. So user gave a input something like a input to OS. So OS translate this to binary language. So computer knows only binary language means. So computer translate this to from decimal to binary language. So OS, what is OS? OS is a mediator between hardware and computer. Hardware and user. OS knows both the languages. Now you understand, right, guys? Guys,
Yes.
yeah. Madhuri, now you understand, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in our something like any hardware knows only binary language. Any hardware knows only binary language. For example, your Apple iPhone knows only binary language hardware. Your iPhone hardware. So without OS, you cannot communicate. Because hardware knows only binary language. You knows only English. So something without iOS, you cannot communicate to the Apple phone. Because so Apple phone knows only binary language and you knows only high level means English language. So you cannot communicate to something like a hardware, Apple hardware, because of so you don't know binary and Apple doesn't know something like a high level language. So we need a mediator. Or interface to communicate with each other. So what is the interface in Apple iPhone? OS. Something like, for example, any hardware, either Dell hardware or something, any hardware. So any hardware. So something like, for example, your router or mobile, video games or something like a mobile phones or hardwares. So if you are interacting with that hardware, definitely it will be a OS. It will be a installed OS on that hardware. So then only you can interact with the hardware. So otherwise you can't because hardware. So if you imagine something like if any hardware you are interacting with that hardware. So in that hardware having a OS. So then only we can interact because hardware knows only binary language and user knows only high level. So that's the reason something like OS knows both the languages. So it's a OS is anything but a translator or a mediator. Translator.
Lusa.
Guys, mute yourself. Guys, mute yourself.
Manuel.
So if you imagine something like any hardware, if you imagine, so you are interacting with that hardware, definitely it will be installed in a OS on that hardware. Now you understand, right, Madhuri, or something like anyone? Guys?
Yes, Hari.
Yeah. Madhuri, now you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? So
Yes.
something like so if you imagine something like any hardware, so in our home something like a router is there, right? Wi-Fi router.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which router you are using?
Which router I'm using, I'm not sure. How can
Yeah, you
maybe
can see that later. No worries. Something like, for example, a Netgear or D-Link or something like a TP Link or whatever it may be. So that is a hardware, right? So you are something like you are modifying your Wi-Fi username and password, right? How you are modifying your username and password. So that is a hardware, right? So that is a hardware. Definitely. So if you are interacting with any hardware, so definitely if you are interacting with any hardware, so it will be something like it already OS is installed. Already OS is installed. In that having a OS. So then only we can communicate. Then only we can communicate. So from today onwards, if you are see any hardware, so that hardware is communicate that hardware. So you are interacting with that hardware. So definitely you imagine like that. So it is a OS is installed in that hardware. Then only we can communicate. Then only we can communicate. Now you got it right, guys?
Yeah.
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 So Madhuri, you can go through the recordings who are joined today. Something like guys who are joined. So raise your hands. I forgot something like a Tommy also joined today, right? Guys? Guys, Frankie or something. Frank, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So Frank, now you understand, right? What is OS?
Yes.
So what is OS?
Yes, it's an interface between the user and the hardware.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So Madhuri, what is OS?
sorry, I was in mute. Yeah, it's an interface between the hardware and the user level. Like
Yeah, very good. So initially starting you don't know what is OS, but now you know OS. You understand, right? So whenever you are communicating with the hardware, definitely a OS is installed on that hardware. So then only we can communicate. Then only we can communicate. Now you guys, right? So you can imagine something like a real-time example, something like so you are from Hyderabad, you know Telugu. I'm from Chennai, I know Tamil. Something like a Muhammad knows both the language. How we can communicate? We need a translator or we need a mediator. The same like OS also acting as a mediator. So OS knows both the languages. Same like a guy. So something like a Muhammad knows both the languages, Telugu and Tamil. So whatever I have something like I convey to the Muhammad, it's translate to the Tamil. It translate to the Tamil. Then I can convey to me. And same way, whatever I convey to the Muhammad, it translated and convey to you. So this is the simple something. One real-time example. You and myself and Madhuri doesn't know the something like Tamil or Telugu. We need a mediator. Mediator knows both the languages. Mediator knows both the language. Whatever we give, so it will translate and it translated and convey to their languages. Now you got it right, guys. Madhuri? Guys, who
yes,
are
yeah.
Yeah. So so today actually I'm installing OS. Guys, did you downloaded that Did you downloaded that OS and the virtual machine?
Yeah, Hari.
Yeah, Mohammed. Something like you downloaded, right?
Yeah, I downloaded it, but I opened it, but you said right, just download it and keep it. So I just downloaded it.
Yes.
CentOS as well as
Actually, I'm using Mac. Most of the people are using something like a Windows, right? So I'm
Yeah, me
giving
as
you
well.
host. Yeah, I'm giving you host as a something like you, and you can share your screen. I will guide you how we can install.
Okay. Okay.
Something like Muhammad. Ahmad, right? Or something.
It's Muhammad.
Yeah.
Muhammad.
Sorry to interrupt. What I am assuming is that all the people who have joined, they have their system. They are in front of their system. Nobody is joined from the mobile because Hari has already started the implementation. So I request you all to please join from system only, not mobile.
Mohammed, now you are the host.
Okay.
Yeah, you downloaded this, right? You installed, right? So please please uninstall this.
Can you share the link here in Zoom?
Yeah.
Uninstall this?
Yes. Now we need to start fresh.
Okay.
Can you share that links in the Zoom? No. Go to the control panel, Muhammad.
Okay, just give me a second. Oh, I don't know what this.
I will share it in the WhatsApp or Zoom something.
Okay.
Muhammad, give me a second. I will share that. No worries. Or else. Zoom, something like Zoom, right? Yeah. Open that new tab, Mohammed.
This one?
No. New tab.
New tab.
This one. Yeah, minimize this one. Yeah, new tab. Open a new tab and something like Oracle VirtualBox download or something like download Oracle VirtualBox. Is there in the second search, I think. Yeah. Yeah, go to that.
Okay.
Yeah, Windows host. Yeah. Yeah, I right click on that Windows host. Yeah, copy link address. Yeah, paste it in the Zoom chat.
Okay. Oh, Zoom chat.
Yes. You can stop sharing and you can see it, I think. Yeah. So open that new tab or close the tab. Yeah. No. Close the tab. So it will be yes. Close the tabs. Or open a new tab. Or something like. Yeah, download CentOS 7 ISO. Download CentOS 7. CentOS 7 ISO. Yes.
For VMware?
No worries. Enter. Hit enter. Yeah. So So in the architecture, 64-bit architecture, something like click that one, the first one, yeah. So something like a mirror, CentOS mirror or something like anyone, you can open that.
This one?
Yeah, that one. So something like you have right. No. Yeah, right mouse. Don't click. Right mouse. So copy link address. Copy link address. You already something like. Yeah. You pasted in the right. So you can pass that download. Something like you already clicked. Yeah. Right click and pass that one. Yeah, very good. So go to control panel. In the search, you can go in. You can click the control panel. Minimize this one. Close or minimize whatever it may be. Yeah.
So where do I go in control panel?
In the search bar, in the down, you see right in the down something like you are how you are searching in any app. So in your laptop, something like in down.
Okay.
Type to search here.
Okay. What do I search?
Yeah, control panel.
Control panel.
Yes. Something like you are freezing. You're no, not there. Not there. Minimize this web
Hari,
browser.
I also have Mac. Do you have any link for the Mac? Because I thought you said Windows.
Yeah, you can use so go back one step. Yeah, go back. So you can download. You can use for Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever it may be. You see that one,
Yeah,
right?
Mac OS, yeah.
Yeah, you can download that Mac. Same as in Center. So you can download that Center. Yes. So you can install, right?
Okay.
Yeah, guys. So what I'm telling you. So you minimize this browser, Muhammad.
Okay.
Yeah. Minimize everything. You see in the down type here to search left. Yeah. So their control panel. Right there. Open that one. Something like programs. Yeah. Uninstall programs. So programs and features. The first one only.
Okay.
So in that, I think you already installed VirtualBox, right? You can search that one. You can down. Can go down. Can go down. Can go down. Go down. Go down. Down.
Box.
You can right click and uninstall.
Okay, done.
Wait. It will complete.
Yeah.
Actually, what we are trying to do is Muhammad already installed that VirtualBox. Actually downloaded, but he already installed. So you guys can download both the VirtualBox and CentOS 7 ISO image. Then we will start how we can install VirtualBox and how we can install the OS on that VirtualBox. So yesterday I already told you, right, guys? So in the data center DC on-premises data center, we have two types of environments. One is physical, another one is virtual. So physical means I will show you. So virtual means so in the virtualization we already installed a VMware or a Oracle virtual machine. This is the Oracle virtual machine. In that Oracle virtual machine, we need to install number of OSs. So whatever the resources we have, we need to install the VirtualBox. Open that Paint, Muhammad. Something like type to search here the Paint.
Okay.
You can write down something like a box. A box is there, right? Yes. There. A symbol is there, right? A symbol. So this is not a box.
Hari, I'm getting an error that it says WinExe will not be done. Can you give me the VirtualBox link?
Yeah, I will give you.
Yeah.
No, what time? Something like, is there any option to take that remote controller? Yeah, go to that
Okay.
home page. Home in the home you can select the home file home. The blue liner is in the starting. Yeah, home. Home. You can select home.
Okay.
Yeah, in the home you see, right? A is the symbol is there, right? In the before
Yeah.
the next circle symbols are there, right? Shapes are there, right? Shapes. Next
Yeah, this one.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can take that rectangle shape and yeah, down. You can drag down, not
What do you mean by down?
something like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So
Alright. Give it
yeah,
my control.
yeah, I need a control.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving you the control.
I'm right now I'm able to, yes. No, I got it. Thanks. A new, I'm taking a new, don't save. So I'm taking the rectangular. Yes, this is the rectangular box. So this is the hardware. So what is the hardware? What are the hardwares? Two types of hardware.
CentOS.
No hardware, I'm asking.
No. Oh, sorry, hardware.
So what is the hardware? Dell,
yeah.
Power. Dell PowerEdge, Dell PowerEdge R710. This is the hardware. So in that hardware, so I installed a virtualization. What is the virtualization OS? What is the virtual OS? Something like a VMware or Oracle.
Okay.
Oracle virtual machine. I installed a Oracle virtual machine. So now, so these resources, something like these resources are free. So we can install whatever. So we can install something like based on resources, based on RAM and CPU, we can install number of OSs here. Something like, for example, CentOS 7 or something like a Red Hat 7. Red Hat 7 or something like a Windows 11 or whatever it may be, something like a, so Windows Server 2012 or whatever it may be, we can install it. So we install the Oracle VM. So we install on the physical hardware. So how we can communicate with the hardware with the help of OS. So this is also one type of OS, Oracle virtual machine. So we install this Oracle virtual machine ISO. So then so this is something like it free up of the all the resources. So we can install number of OS based on the resources. So now we are trying to install the trying to install the CentOS 7 on the Oracle virtual machine. So Oracle virtual machine. Guys, now you understand, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So now I am installing something like where the downloads. Can you go to the downloads?
Okay.
Yeah. So something like something like Muhammad downloaded this Oracle VirtualBox and something like a CentOS 7 ISO. So how we can install something like a VirtualBox? How we can install? You can double click the Oracle VirtualBox. So preparing to install. So how we can install? We can next. Yes. Install.
Okay.
So now once we install the hardware, once we install the VirtualBox, now your something like your which hardware you are using, Mohammed?
Me, Windows 11.
Windows 7
10.
is the OS hardware.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Dell.
That's the word. Dell is the hardware.
Yeah. So Dell, he's using the Dell hardware, and how you can interact with the Dell hardware. Hello? Guys are able to hear?
I
Yeah.
can able to hear, but the screen got black all of a sudden.
Blank, yeah.
Yeah. I'm also
It's all blank.
Oh
Now
yeah,
it's back.
it's good now.
Oh, we can hear you. It's back.
So Hari, like I have a quick question. I think like I missed that part. So I mean, like in the same machine, we install different virtual boxes.
Yeah. So in the same mission, you can install different. You can use a VMware desktop version, something like VMware or a Oracle VirtualBox. So virtualization concept is the concept. So how many people are created their virtualizations? So the virtualization software, something like VMware is the company. VMware created something like the software is nothing but so VMware ESXi, something like 5.0, 6.0 or whatever it may be. The same like way Oracle also created their own virtual machine. So that name is Oracle OVM. So you can use that virtualization and you can install whatever you have the resources. You can install the number of, so based on the resources, you can install the number of OSs. You can install the number of OSs.
Okay.
So now something like a Muhammad is using hardware, Dell hardware. So in that hardware already having a Windows OS. So something like so how we can interact with the hardware? Something like how we can, this is our hardware, something like a Dell or HP or something like any. So this is the hardware. How we can interact with the hardware? So how we can interact with the hardware, guys?
Install the OS.
Yes. So OS. So something like we don't know what is that. Something like a Linux or a Windows or something like. In the Muhammad already something like OS is installed on their hardware. So Dell hardware. What is the OS installed? Something like Windows.
Okay.
Windows 10. Windows 10 is installed, but I'm trying to install a CentOS 7 OS on the hardware. So we cannot install the something like a number of OS on the hardware. How we can install a Linux OS on the hardware? The same way we can use the virtualization concept. We can use the virtualization concept. Then we can install the number of OSs whatever you want. The same way I install the Oracle VirtualBox. Then we can install the number of OSs here. Number of OSs and based on the RAM. So Mohammed, so how much of RAM your laptop is having? Something like 8 GB or 16 GB?
8 GB, Hari.
8 GB, right?
Yeah.
So 8 GB of RAM. Something like for installing the Windows OS. So we need 4 GB. Something like remaining 4 GB is there. Something like how many instances you can create? You can create 2 instances. For example, for CentOS, for CentOS 7, we use 2 GB of RAM. Something like a 20 GB of hard disk. Something like other OS, Red Hat 7, we use a 2 GB of RAM and 20 GB of hard disk. So how we can install the OS on a VirtualBox? Click on new, something like a name as a CentOS 7. So the Linux type of the OS is Linux. Something like you can select. So whatever, something like a Windows or Linux or whatever it may be, you can select that one. Right. So I'm selecting a Red Hat Linux. Red Hat. So Red Hat. So I'm selecting a Red Hat Linux. Next, click on next. Here the RAM. So how much GB of the RAM is there? Something like 8, for example, 8 GB of the RAM there. So already Windows is using 4 GB of RAM. So remaining 4 GB of RAM I am using for this 2 GB of RAM. So 2 GB means 2048. So 1 GB means 1024 into 2, something like 2048, right? I'm using 2 GB of RAM, 2 GB of memory. So I want to create a virtual hard disk for. So we need to install the OS on that hard disk, right? We need a hard disk. So the recommended size of the hard disk is, I already told you, right? So Oracle, something like a Linux is a portable. Linux is portable. So because of it's a CLI. So we don't need much amount of storage to install the OS. So we need a least amount, something like 8 GB of, something like a create a virtual disk. So create a virtual disk. So VDI means virtual disk image. So Oracle is using. So when you install the OS on a Oracle virtual machine, so it is the format is VDI. So if you install on the something like a VMware,
can you please go slowly, because I'm also downloading it. I'm following the step you
can
doing, so I can get it right.
You can. So yeah, who is something like? You can.
Under what version did you choose the?
Yeah, you can watch the record. You can watch. So you can see only now. You can watch the something like, after that also you can watch the video and you can install. Okay.
Okay, I'll do that then. Continue then. All right, that makes sense.
First concentrate on how I can install that.
I go with you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Harry, we all need to install it anyhow. Like if we are using Mac or Windows, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So OVM is for anywhere, something like a Linux or a Mac or Windows. You can download that.
We have to install for overall this course, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So VDI, you can select that VDI, and so the dynamically allocated the size, something like next, something like dynamically allocated 8 GB, but I'm giving you something like a 20 GB. So 8 GB is enough, but for the safer side, I am using 20 GB. Okay. Now create it. You see something like a created. In the settings, you can go to the settings. You can go to the settings. You already provided general information, something like a 2 GB of RAM. So something like a hard disk size, everything. So display, storage, you already selected CentOS 7. CentOS are something like hard disk, 20 GB hard disk. So you want to install the CentOS 7 OS. So you need to add that ISO to something like a floppier disk. Something like where it is.
Host track G.
Remove the attachment. Something like ID. So this is the add optical drive. Add a hard disk. So this is the add a optical drive. Where it? So where it is in the downloads, right? So this is the CentOS 7 ISO. So you can, in the download, you can go to the download. How you can go to it?
Okay.
So add
CentOS.
Add something like a CentOS, right?
Yeah.
Added that one. I choose that one. Remove the attachment. So I added something like ISO, and I added the hard disk. In the network, you are something like a select. The first adapter one is NAT. The second adapter one is Bridge network. The second adapter is Bridge network. The third adapter is host only. I will tell you after installing this why you can select this, how we can select these three. Okay. So what I selected the RAM and CPU, something like RAM, hard disk, storage, and the ISO, something like how we can install the OS, something like in our laptop. So you in the DVD drive, you can select, you can give it on the ISO CD to that DVD drive. The same way, optical drive we can add here, and we can install the OS. Okay, guys. I gave something like a storage, network, and RAM, CPU. Okay. So now I'm trying to install the CentOS 7. So then you can start. You see something like CentOS 7 is trying to install. So something like select on so up and right arrow keys, you can navigation keys, you can select, say install CentOS 7. So why we are downloading that CentOS 7 ISO for installing the CentOS 7 OS. So that's the reason we need to download the CentOS 7 ISO.
Question.
So you're basically showing how to download an OS, right, Hari?
Sorry?
You're basically showing how to download an OS like CentOS.
No. How to download? Not how to download. How to install CentOS 7.
Okay.
We need, if you have something like other.
Ari, question?
Press the arrows. So that...
Yeah.
Ari?
Yes, who is?
Question. So basically, is it possible for more than one OS to run on a VM like CentOS and like Ubuntu? Can you have more than one?
Whatever you can install.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Continue. So Mohammed.
Yeah, you can do that.
Mohammed, you can give. Yeah, got it. So it's selected date. So we need to select the installation destination. So where we can select this, something like this is the hard disk, right? So we need to select. Then done. So network also, network not connected, right? We need to select that, and we can, so we added three network interfaces, something like NPS 01, NPS 02. We need to enable this. So it is in disabled mode. We need to enable the second one.
Application.
Yeah.
If you getting disturbance, you can mute myself so that.
Yes, you can. So then begin installation. So we already selected installation destination and network. Then you can start begin installation. So this is the root password. We need to set the root password, something like Red Hat. I'm using Red Hat is the Red Hat. Yeah. Now it is installing the OS. Installing the OS. It will take time. I will give you something like Mohammed. You can click the right control. Right.
Yeah.
I need to switch to from virtual machine to local. You can use that right
Okay.
control. In the keyboard. The keyboard, there is a navigation keys, right, in the right side.
Yeah.
So before that, there is a control button is there, right?
Yeah.
Click that one.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Yeah, done.
Yes. Now you see the mouse pointer is something like.
Okay, so why does this happen, Hari?
Yeah, so this is something like so you in the virtual machine. So if you want to switch to that virtual machine, you can click it on the virtual machine. So how we can move from that virtual machine to out? There is a option, a right control. You see in the right corner, you see something like a right control is there. Mouse is there. Right control is there. So
Yeah.
I will show you. Here you see right that right controller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still in you can select that right controller, then move mouse. So you see mouse still in the something like a virtual box. We need to out. Yeah, you can click the right control. Okay, now it the mouse pointer is in out, right?
Okay, I get that. Yeah.
Got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So something like we need to erase this here. Yeah. So this is the physical environment, something like. So now where we installed our OS on a physical hard drive or a physical server, or a virtualization or a cloud.
Yeah.
So virtualization or a cloud. Now where we installing the OS? Guys, tell me where we are installing the OS. So this is the on-premise.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the on-premises like a data center environment. Right, guys? So this is the physical, this is the virtualization. So now where we are installing our OS, CentOS 7 OS, either physical or virtualization. A physical or a virtualization.
Okay. Physical.
No, so we don't have a physical
server?
Yeah, in the virtual server we install the OSs. In the virtual server we install the OSs. something like we can install a number of OSs, same like something like a new Red Hat 7, Red Hat 7, something like a next, something like I gave 1 GB RAM, something like a next, something like create a virtual hard disk, next, create. Now you see, so this is the virtualization concept, right? So this is the virtualization concept. Now you got it right. So I'm installing CentOS 7, Red Hat 7, whatever the resources I have. I have only 8 GB of RAM. Here I have 512 GB of RAM. I have 512 GB of RAM. So based on the resources, we can install the number of OSs. Based on it act as a virtual machine. It act as a virtualization. So something like a new other. I'm something like a Windows. Something like Windows. I'm using as a Windows. Next, something like I'm using creating. So dynamically create. You see, so this is my Windows machine. So I can install number of OSs. I can install the virtualization. I can install number of OSs. Something
Depend
like
of resources, right?
yeah, depend on the resources. So we can install number of OSs. Now you got it right, guys. So this is the virtualization. So definitely after something like after Linux or 3 or 4 days after Linux, so we need to start the OS on the cloud environment also. In the AWS also, how we can install the OS on a cloud instance. Okay, guys.
Okay.
So for installing the OS, how many packages are installed? 304 packages are installed. Still we are in 258. How many are remaining? Something like 50 packages are remaining. So how we can install the OS? So this is the way we can install the OS. Okay, guys. So we can install the OS on something like. So we can install the OS on. So physical or a virtual or a cloud. So now I am installing the OS on virtualization. So then I'll show you how to install the OS on cloud also.
Hari, can you show it for the Mac? I tried Oracle one.
Right?
How do I do it for the Mac? I don't have the link.
Yeah, I already show you right how to install so once we install we download the virtual box, so we can install the virtual box. It act as a the same way it's showing. So you can install the OS whatever we showed the same way. So once we install,
can you share this page link, the wiki downloads?
This one, right?
Yes.
I already.
Hari, can you share the link on the official group for that?
Yeah, I will share.
Yeah, please. And do we have some way to download kind of the ISO image?
You cannot download, right?
So are you going to give us the ISO image?
Did you share it in Zoom or what?
So I will share it on the WhatsApp.
The ISO image?
ISO image?
Yeah,
it's already shared in the Zoom meeting. In the chat box, you can see.
Okay.
So you can same like who are asking something like for Mac. I don't know the name.
Yeah, Prithvish. My name is Prithvish.
Prithvish, so
Yeah.
something like a, so down you can select that Oracle, download Oracle VirtualBox in the web. You can get this page. This is the Oracle site. This is the Oracle VirtualBox. You can go to the box and you can download it.
Okay. And for the CentOS, it's the other link is same, right?
Yeah, I already the same way. So the only difference is how we can install the VirtualBox on a Mac or a Windows or Linux. That is the way. So we need to know. So after that, so the same way we can install the OS. It's the same way.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a performing the post installation setup. Performing the post installation setup. Guys, you can go through this video and install the OS. So guys, so something like from tomorrow onwards, I will something like I will tell you the commands and the Linux part. Okay. From tomorrow onwards, I will show you the file system hierarchy and the concept of Linux.
Those who have joined the meeting, please ensure that you have installed the OS by today or before tomorrow the class. And if you have any questions regarding the installation of OS, you can ask in the official group as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but please make sure to install the OS by today or day before the class.
The remaining of the class will happen on the VirtualBox.
Sorry.
Yeah, after.
Will the remaining of the courses, the classes be on VirtualBox?
Yes, but something like you know the something like a data center environment, so you can understand the something like a cloud environment also. So that's the reason I'm something like so this is the part of a data center, a physical and virtualization concept.
Okay, so the purpose of this is to emulate the on-prem environment.
Sorry.
The purpose of this is to emulate the
environment. Yes. This is for the physical data center environment. So how we can install the OS, how we can install, how we can something like how the data center environment looks like. So that's the reason I am showing you this. So something like after something like a physical data center, after something like a Linux, the part is completed. Well, we will move to the cloud. Why cloud? How the cloud came? How the cloud came? What is the disadvantages of a data center? What is the advantages of a cloud? So why cloud is most popular than data center?
Okay, that makes sense. I understand you.
You understand, right?
Very well.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yes.
Yes. Why you enable a trade network card?
Yeah. Actually, so for example, data center, you are from?
Sorry?
You are from something like India, US or UK,
Yes.
US, right? So something like,
Yeah.
for example, a data center, the data center is in India.
Mm-hmm.
The data center is in India. So how you can log into your virtual machine? Something like the server is in the data center. How you can communicate? How you can log in? How you can access that server? Something like a NAT is nothing but the internal communication. Bridge is nothing but outside of the communication. I want to communicate outside also, something like from India to US. You need to enable BIJ.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
understand, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I will show you after the after OS installation. I will show you everything, something like how we can install, how we can connecting from India to US, something like a UK to US, how we can connect. I will show you. That's the reason I'm giving 3 types of internet, some network cards.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Harry, I have a question.
Yeah.
So this example that you're showing us, is it going to allow us to understand, for example, when you allow a network internet connection to this CentOS that is sitting inside the Oracle virtual machine interface, is that going to allow us to understand also how the network and how you can control security and network access inside the virtual machine instance?
Yeah. So inside virtual machine we cannot, but inside CentOS we have a we have a IP tables and firewall. So there is a 2 concepts, something like in RHL CentOS 6 we are using IP tables. In in CentOS 7 we are using firewall D. So firewall is the concept. So we are restricting the policies from the firewall. So most of the cases, so the restriction security will be disabled, enabled from the network level. Something like a network engineers are also there. So they have a switches, right? A firewall router. So Cisco switches are there. Something like a FortiGate firewall is there. In that firewall, they are enabling disabling the security policies and rules. So internally, so in our firewall D, so every time we are disabling the firewall D. So how they can secure by using the firewalls. Now you got it?
Yeah, so basically everything happens outside
In
of
real time.
CentOS.
Yeah, in CentOS we have an option firewall D. So that is the firewall. So we need to secure our Linux. We need to secure our Linux by using the firewall D and SC Linux. So in the firewall D, so we need to something like we need to allow the port, so something like 22 port or HTTP 80 port. So we need to allow or we need to deny. So we can use that firewall D and we can allow or we can deny the ports or services, protocols, HTTP or something like a SSHD, whatever we want. We don't need in that. So in that security, we can in that firewall D we can disable or enable. So most of the cases real time. So something like in the network level, they are restricting the policies. They are restricting the policies.
Okay. It's still a bit murky, but okay.
So, Harry, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would this recording of this class be available after this?
Sorry?
Would the recording be available after the class?
Yes, recording will be enabled.
Yes, because so for some of us who are like a little bit back, you can follow the recordings after the class and make sure we install.
Yeah, you can watch the recording and you can install the OS after this class.
Okay. Okay.
Mohammed. Mohammed.
Yeah, one more thing. Yeah. Those who are new joinees can ping me on WhatsApp who are not added in the official group, because after that all the communication will be happen in the official group. So you can ping me. I will add your number into the official group.
The mid-90s, as well has been a great. It's an organization that has a tremendous amount of respect the way it's run for the National Football League.
Anyone have any questions?
Second and 12.
Yeah, if you have any issues in installing the
Yeah, you can
VirtualBox,
ping me on the WhatsApp. I can
okay.
I can reply to that in the official group. Who is something like forgot?
Talk about a matchup.
Right.
Using in Blaine Johnson, right tackle, who's had a great night and had a great year.
Sam, please mute yourself.
Which he's been doing all night. Somehow Hurts gets away from that, backing that ball. He knows his team down, almost gets that ball
Guys, mute.
away from Jalen Hurts.
Guys, mute yourself.
You know, need to get good field position, but without a shot under 7 to play. Really has other ideas. As buying a lot of rulers just for the punch.
Mohammed, can you mute everyone?
Usually on the right side.
Yeah, if anyone have any questions, they can ask.
Yeah, something like Rohan, can you please enable the sharing to Muhammad? We need to show what is the how we can install the.
Yeah.
So Harry.
Yeah.
Harry, I make you the host. You can give him the access.
Yeah, Muhammad, you there?
Yeah, Hari, I'm trying to share, but it's saying host disabled participant screen sharing.
Yeah. Now you can do.
Just give me a second.
So Harry.
Yeah, please.
Another question.
Yeah, ask.
You know how yesterday we were looking at the development, the test and the production stage?
Yeah.
So
I know.
For companies that are not on the cloud, do they do the same thing?
Yes, not on the cloud. That is on premises. They are using non-production and production environment. In the non-production environment, definitely we have a dev development environment and a QA environment. It may be a staging or UAT or a pre-production. The both are the same. A staging or UAT. UAT means user acceptance test. So staging and pre-prod. These three are the same. So it will be vary from something like a company to company. In my company, I am using staging. Something like in your company, you are something. So in our company, you are using something like a UAT. So definitely we have a mandatory dev and QA, any one of either staging or UAT or pre-production. So definitely, so that is the non-production environment and production environment. So for example, so what are the live servers? I have Facebook or WhatsApp, what are, so the end user using that application, that is the production environment. So, and something like a DR also there. There is a one more environment, that is DR. DR is nothing but a disaster recovery. Something like in the cloud, they are a failover, a primary and secondary are a primary or a failover. Something like, so is there any something like a disaster means something like a earthquakes, floods, whatever it may be. For example, our data center is in something like North Virginia and California or New Jersey or Texas. So our data center, our production data center is in the Texas. So something like there something like a earthquake is earthquakes are a disaster something like a floods or came. So there is no way to up the servers in the production. Something like, so there is no power backup, there is no internet. So something like a floods or a tsunami, something like it came. So it's already down. So how we can up our servers? How we can up our Facebook application? So we use that DR, disaster recovery. So you can use that disaster recovery in the somewhere location, and we can up our production into the our production into DR.
Isn't it the switch like every 6 months from prod to disaster?
Yes,
No?
it is a DR drill, something like it varies from company to company. So it's something like every quarter they are doing the DR drills, or so the something like a once a while in a year, something like you said like that every 6 months. So based on the company, it will vary. Something like what I experienced, something like my so I worked on 4 or 5 companies. So one company is using something like every 6 months. One company is using every quarter. One company is using every 1 year.
So does it cost a lot of money to do a disaster recovery from a company point of view?
Sorry?
Does it cost a lot of money to the company to do a DRR?
Yeah, definitely. The same like production like setup is there in the disaster recovery. So DR setup. So because of if something goes wrong on the production, so where we need to up the servers from the DR only, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's the reason the cost optimization purpose, something like a cloud games, something like a slogan is nothing but a pay as you go. So something like if you are using a non-production, production and DR, the DR setup is same like as a production, because of if production goes down, we will up that servers into from the DR. So we need a same setup, right? The cost also same. So we are burdening our cost, something how we can optimize. So there is a solution called cloud. So cloud is a something like a pay as you go model. We don't want to up all the time. So whenever we start the DR drill, that time we are starting our servers, we are enabling our servers, so we can test it and we can shut down that server. Right. So that's the purpose. The many advantages are there in the cloud compared to the on-premises. On-premise is like nothing but a data center environment.
So let me ask you this question then.
Yeah.
What is the advantage of having a hybrid model? Why, since the cloud has all the advantage, why would some company do hybrid?
Yeah. Some, for example, something like a Citibank, a banking environment, something like a banking environment. So in that hybrid model, hybrid means public and private key. So in that, so something like a transactions or something like, so we don't want to we don't want to allow to everyone to see the transactions or some more important information. So then that time they are using some information we need to see everyone, something like a so we have offers in the Citibank credit cards or a debit cards, or some is a referral, something like anything. So it is circulate to everyone. We can use the public. It won't circulate to anyone. It is a personal. It is a security. So we need use the private cloud. So every cloud they are providing a public cloud or a private, something like you are asking a hybrid cloud.
Okay.
Now you got it.
Yeah. And one last question, Divine.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the day-to-day activity of a DevOps?
Yeah. So you are starting from initially. So last you are watching this, you are attending this class from starting, something like a video from demo video.
Day one? No, I
Day
started
one.
yesterday.
You started in yesterday, right? So
Yeah.
Rohan, can you please so provide those links, those videos, so you can watch today and you can ask me tomorrow the same question. I think you got the answer on the videos, but if you want, I definitely I can give you an example and I will show you.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so that is the big answer. So the answer will be something like a 1 hour. I showed it in the video.
Okay.
What are the daily activities are doing in the DevOps engineering?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you can reboot this. So once installation is done, you can reboot. Muhammad, you can reboot that server. You can click on that reboot. Yeah, it's on. Does anyone knows how to install the something like a Windows OS on our laptops? Does anyone knows?
You mean installing Windows on VirtualBox? Virtual
Not a virtual box in your laptop.
Yes.
So what is the user? It automatically created when we install the OS.
You mean on Windows?
No. One user is there that he manages everything.
Is that the root user?
So Linux, in Linux root user, I'm convey to what is the root user. So in Windows, so administrator is the user. He can manage, administrator can do anything. So administrator having all the permissions. Whenever we install the OS, it automatically created a one user. That user is in Windows administrator. In Linux, a root user. So root user is the same like as a administrator user, a super user. Root user can do anything. So root user having a special permissions, So root user automatically created when we install the OS. When we install the OS, it automatically created. Right, guys? So who are the super user in Linux?
Root.
Yes.
A
Who
root
are the
user.
super user? Who are the super user in Windows?
Administrator.
Yeah, administrator. The same way, so in Linux, the super user is root. Root can do anything. Root is having all the permissions. Something like the name. So we gave the password, Muhammad. We gave the password to root user, right? So the username is root.
Okay. Sorry. You can do that. I have given you the control.
Yeah. Something like. Yeah, the user is a root. So what password we set right? Red Hat, something like whatever it may be, you can do. So this is the Linux OS installation. This is the Linux OS. So which OS we installed? A CentOS 7, right? How we can see it? Red Hat release. So this is CentOS 7.9, CentOS 7.9, or Linux OS we installed. Right, guys? I will tell you tomorrow what is the file system hierarchy. So what is the file system hierarchy and how we can operate your Linux. So this is the CLI mode. I already told you, right? What is the difference between GUI and CLI? So this is the CLI. So in the production environment, a Linux environment, in the production Linux environment, everything will be on CLI. Everything will be on CLI. So in GUI, we can go to the mouse pointer and we can select, or we can minimize, we can maximize, we can do it. So we can install next. But in the CLI mode, everything will through commands. So if you want to click on the folders, you can use the commands. If you want to create a file, so in the right mouse in Windows, you can right mouse and a new file. But here we need to create we need to create from the commands. So from tomorrow onwards, I will tell you how we can operate a Linux OS with the CLI mode. Okay, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Like something like stop sharing, Mohammed. Mohammed, you there?
Yeah, I'm doing it, Hari.
Yeah, you can do. Yes.